Hi, this is Dave Kahle. Welcome to our Practical Wisdom series of podcasts where we try to provide wisdom and resources and focus on helping sales professionals and business executives sell better, lead better, and live better. I'm going to start a series of podcasts. We'll do 4 or 5 of them here on what I believe are qualities of a great business leader. There's certain qualities of character that great leaders have in common. And, I've met a few in my days, so I'm going to be talking about my opinion, one guy's opinion, on what are the qualities of a great business leader. First, disclaimer: this is one person's point of view. This is not the result of some study that surveyed 20,000 business owners. Instead, it is the result of my personal and anecdotal experience. I've spoken to and with thousands of business executives in the U.S. and other countries, and personally and contractually worked with over 500 of them. I have, I believe, achieved a breadth of experience in the world of business that, coupled with a touch of wisdom, has a validity on its own. And with that disclaimer behind us, let's tackle the subject. First, for those of you who may have never thought about it this way, let's create a common definition of character and qualities of character as they relate to the world of business. The Oxford Dictionary defines character as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Simply put, it's the way that we generally act. So we can be known as industrious, for example, or lazy. So these two words, industrious and lazy, describe certain traits or qualities of our character. We can be counted on to act in harmony with those qualities. If we're known as industrious or lazy, it's because we have acted that way repeatedly in the past. Now, those who know us expect us to act that way in the future. So character ultimately expresses itself through our actions. Our character, then, is the combination of all the qualities or traits that we have developed over time. And the individual traits are what we call qualities of character. And we compile all of those individual traits, put it together in one word, and that is what we describe as our character. It's the composite of all the individual qualities that we have kind of developed over the years. So with that as a little bit of background, some definitions, now let's get into what I believe to be one of the qualities of character that's necessary for a powerful, successful business leader. And it's this, quote, an unshakable work ethic. An unshakable work ethic. Now, unfortunately, not everyone has this trait, and the distribution of it seems to be diminishing among us. It seems to me to be getting rarer and rarer. Folks who have this trait understand deeply down into their psyche that work is necessary for human beings to exist, and that it's necessary for their personal dignity and their personal self-worth. But it's not just an idea. It doesn't proceed from an intellectual position. Rather, it's a deep inner drive. These people are compelled to find work and do work. These are the people who show up 15 minutes early, stay a few minutes late. A day off, while they appreciate it, is not something they strive for. All in all, they'd rather work than take excess days off. On those occasions when they find themselves unemployed, they make work of finding the next position and fill in with projects and part-time and temporary tasks because it's hard for them to be idle. The concept of winning the lottery and retiring early is scary, not attractive. They can't imagine themselves retiring to a life of leisure. They'd go crazy getting up every day with no job to do. They cannot understand the 20-somethings that prefer a day of video games on the couch to a day of productive labor. They're constantly looking for ways to work more effectively and efficiently. And that diligence is what often propels these folks to start their own businesses. These are the plumbers who decide to go into business for themselves and 10 years later employ 15 other people. These are the programmers who have a different idea and develop that app and the business that supports it. That drive to do work and to do it better not only makes these people great employees, but it fills up the population of people from which good new businesses emerge. Their business ideas are often focused on ways to do work and work that they do in better ways. And those thoughts about doing work better came as a result of their penchant for doing work. Because they work and like it and do it a lot, they develop a body of experience. And that experience often leads to ideas for doing it better. And that often leads to a new business being formed. From my experience, the best ideas rarely occur outside of the framework of experience. In other words, it's far more likely that the successful catering company will evolve from a group of people in the food industry than from a group of MBAs who have never washed a dish. It's more likely that the successful consulting agency will emerge from people experienced in the industry or the process on which they focus. Much more likely that than it will be developed by folks who've never been there and done that. So the demands of starting and running a business are such that it's almost impossible to do it successfully on less than 40 to 60 hours a week. For those with an unshakable work ethic, that doesn't seem daunting. For those without it, that demand on their time provides a hindrance to their business's success. I don't think I've ever seen a lazy person create a good business. And that's why an unshakable work ethic is, I believe, one of the qualities of character that mark great business leaders. Okay, that's it. Hi, this is Dave again. I just want to take a second and offer you an opportunity to investigate a local group, or not a local group, a group of Christian business people. I have two groups. We call them CBIG. That's an acronym which stands for Christian Business Impact Groups. Both groups are formed with Christian business people around the continent, and we meet for 4 hours once a month by video. And the purpose of the meeting and purpose of the group is to help one another grow spiritually and develop our businesses to greater impact. Anyway, if you think you might be interested in that, it's not for everybody. It's intense, and it's only for those who are really committed and looking for something to add to their life. So if you'd like to speak about that, I'd be happy to talk with you. Send me an email at info@davekahle or dave@davekahle.com, and indicate you want to talk, and I'll reach out to you. We'll schedule a phone conversation and take 15 to 30 minutes and talk it over. Okay? CBIG, Christian Business Impact Groups. Thanks. Bye-bye.